with Lyte thoughts.
Lyte thoughts in the building.
Gamer Kuma with Lyte thoughts.
LYTE thoughts.
That's right. We're going to where?
LIRG, Long Island Retro Gaming.
That's right. We've been waiting. We were supposed to go last year, but adulting. But anyway, this is our first exclusive live interview for Born with a Controller. We're in the car right now, so we ain't gonna redo too much. But when we gonna show, I thought that was your twin for a second. Like, what the fuck? It was like it was like the head. It was like when you used to wear glasses.
Oh, I forgot to bring my glasses out.
Yeah, I ordered me a new pair. I had to get the I got the blue light jump on since I'm always in front of the computer gaming.
Oh, so like for the like the shade that normally be on the computer.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Yeah, so it's like so it won't hurt my eyes. But anyway, this is the interview portion. We're gonna be talking as much. It's gonna probably be parts, but so you might see the scenery change because we are driving. We gotta be safe. You always gotta be safe out there, people. Other than that, we had a red light. So Lyte.
What's up, Cuzzo?
Welcome to Born with a Controller. It's a segment that I made a long time ago. Actually, it was a lot of y'all that inspired this. Between you, Gregory, Dexter, Bentley, and all of them. The story about all those stories about wanting to know what got you into gaming. So what was your first video game memory?
Something on the Atari 2600.
You going back.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Because I always thought the Atari 2600 was the last version of Atari, but it actually was the first version.
Exactly.
I got that all wrong. I realized that as an adult. But maybe some sort of Space Invaders or Missile Command. Not 100% offhand right now.
Got you. All right. So we're going. Oh, it's retro as hell. That's retro. And they might be there. That might definitely be there. But so when you go into so that was your first. Of course, that wasn't your first system.
Nah, it wasn't my first system.
What was your first system then?
Nintendo NES.
NES. So do you recall the first game you conquered without help?
Can I just tell you the day I got it first?
Go for it. Yes. Let's talk about the origin story of how you got your Nintendo.
3rd grade.
Wake
up, my birthday, November 13th. School that day. My mother asked me, "Do you want to go to school today?" Of course I don't want to go to school. Why would you ask me that?
Kids want to go to school on their birthday too.
So she said, "Oh, hey, you can stay home today. It's your birthday." You want to go to the Wiz? The Wiz.
Wow, damn.
The Wiz.
The one over there by King's Plaza?
Wow. Remember they had 2 over there?
Yeah.
I went to the Wiz, so you already know how old I'm talking.
Yeah, there was a record version and then the electronics.
There you go. So we go there, and I still not thinking anything.
Yeah.
I see Nintendo. You want that? Of course I want that. what are we doing, ma? I ain't saying all this, obviously, but this is just the.
That's in your head, you know?
Yeah. And the Nintendo I had, this just show you how games are different now. It came with 2 controllers.
2 controllers.
A power pad.
Oh wow, yeah, you had
for the running and everything.
Yeah, you had the deluxe version.
Facts. And 3 games in one: Mario Brothers 1, Duck Hunt, and World Class Track Meet.
So you didn't get the one with Rob the Robot?
No, I didn't.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
But
that's wild though. Yeah, it used to give you a lot of stuff with the damn systems back then, yo. Yeah, 2 controllers. They knew that you might have a sibling or something like that, so just in case.
Yep.
Wow.
I watched it down from every system go from 2 to controller in the game to 1 controller in the game. So I just watched it happen over the years, man.
What was your favorite game on Nintendo though?
At the time or now?
Okay, let's do both. Anyway. Let's do both.
It's
At the time, like young you, what was your favorite game? What was your favorite game?
Mario Brothers 3.
Oh snap! Was it because you watched that movie Wizard?
The movie definitely helped. It's a whole story with that game too, man.
Yeah, that's
not even the movie. Like how I got that game. Like that. Oh man, memories, bro.
How'd you get it?
You remember walking downtown to go get a needle.
Oh no!
All right. This is literally after I just saw the movie Wiz.
Yeah.
And
the Wizard,
yeah. And they debuted Mario in that movie.
Yeah, because it wasn't even out yet.
It wasn't out yet.
So that was like a leak.
That's a fact. No Game Pro, no nothing talking about.
I think they almost got in trouble for that too because it wasn't even supposed to be talked about. So that was a whole leak, and it was a big problem. But whatever, it amped it up though.
It definitely did, because we walking down to go get the needle, and we passed a game store, and I see Mario Brothers 3 in the window. I freaked out. So I'm like, Mom, can you buy that for me? We go in the store. The guy says $100 for a Nintendo cartridge, right?
See, y'all complaining about $70 now? The games back then were horrible price too. $100?
$100. As I got older, I think he probably boosted the price just so he could sell it for something less and still make a profit, but it may seem like less.
But honestly, I did a whole like retro, like going back to see how much games were costing back then. But nah, yo, Sonic 3 was $70 when it dropped.
I know F-Zero for Super Nintendo was $82.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, so yeah, he probably that dude probably, because it was like what it was, like a mom and pop store.
Yeah, definitely a mom and pop store.
So he probably boosted it, and probably was an early copy.
And my mother said, all right, if you don't cry when you get this needle, because obviously I used to cry when I got a needle. But like,
I mean, how could you not? Like, real talk.
But you thought it hurt, but it didn't hurt. So she said, if you don't cry when you get the needle, I buy you the game. Wow. Listen, everybody that's watching this right now, I'm gonna tell you how I held my tears. I held the hell out of them tears. And when it was over, I said, Mommy, I ain't cry, right? She said, no, you didn't. And she went and got the game. She ended up paying $75 for it though. But she made, another thing she did, shout out to my mother, Ruth, love her. Another thing she did was she said, I bought this game under another condition. You have to read the book. And when I read the book, I started reading books for every game. I haven't played it ever since then. And I learned tips that most people wouldn't even know that was in the book.
That's crazy.
So it gave me an advantage.
That's crazy. That was a good incentive though.
Yo, definitely. I ain't cried since then.
Oh man. Alright, so what do you feel is your favorite Nintendo game now?
Mario Brothers 3.
Okay. Cause it was like it was ahead of its time for that time when it came out. It was like new graphics, new things you can do, especially secrets.
Oh man.
It was a straight up RPG almost at the time. It was crazy.
Mario Brothers 3 is the reason why I think raccoons are cool. Even though I know they're not.
Oh, the Tanuki suit?
Yes. 100%.
So you saw the Mario Brothers movie?
Of course I did.
Okay. So did you feel that was true to life? Like,
They did a good job because they blended all generations.
Gotcha.
They mixed it with our generation, the current generation. So I'm not mad at that.
Alright. So I'm like thinking about my questions off rip because I usually have like pre-questions made. So I'm thinking of the memory. Were you part of the Civil War back then?
What Civil War?
Well, you remember Sega Genesis versus Nintendo and...
Of course.
Oh, what side would you want?
So, I had Sega Genesis. But now that I look back, Super Nintendo was better, graphically wise.
Okay, so see, this is where the problem lies. Because I remember Christmas 1990, 91, where I had a Christmas party at my house. And Mom surprised me with a Sega Genesis. And you was in my room, and I remember you mumbled under your breath. You said, traitor.
Probably because I had Nintendo at the time.
Yeah, you had a Super Nintendo. You didn't have a Genesis.
No, Tahim had a Super Nintendo. I never had Super Nintendo.
That's right. Yeah. Tahim had the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you used to go up there and you used to mess with that. Yeah.
Yes.
So you was Nintendo, then I got the Genesis, and I was hype.
And I think what made me go towards Genesis, it was two things. One,
what was that?
Tyrone bought a Genesis by and let me hold it for a weekend. So I got familiar with it.
Yeah.
And then two, I looked at it like this. Tahim, my neighbor upstairs, she got Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I have Genesis. We could just switch systems when we get bored. And that's what we did.
That's that old school neighborly thing.
Definitely.
So you felt like the Super Nintendo was a superior system though?
Not back then.
Not back then.
But back then I was Team Genesis, 100%.
Oh, okay. All right.
But when I look at the specs and the colors of a Super Nintendo game, I do a lot of, I look at a lot of YouTube videos in comparison.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo had way brighter colors than Genesis.
But game-wise.
But the game, see what it was, Nintendo is still doing what they do now. They had more kid-friendly games.
Oh yeah, of course.
Genesis had more
hardcore.
Think about Mortal Kombat. We had blood.
Oh yeah, the Super Nintendo version didn't have that.
They had no blood.
I still remember that blood code though. Yeah. Oh. Speaking of,
I think I know where you're going.
Speaking of, what's your favorite memory of Mortal Kombat? I got my favorite memory.
One of them was just probably doing, well, first thing first, when I had the game, there was no blood in it.
Yeah.
I called the 800 number on the back of the game or the 900 number.
Yeah.
And asked him something, and the guy said, "You know what? You want the block code?" I said, "Sure." And he gave me the code, and from there it was on. But I think my favorite memory was my cousin Tyrone, our cousin Tyrone.
Yes.
Doing a fatality on me. Forward down, high punch. I'm not gonna tell you who fatality that is. If you know who it is, if you know what it is, you should know who it is.
Okay.
And he took my head off, so now you know who it is.
Actually, that's not actually my favorite memory though.
Nah.
Because Tyrone had problems playing Mortal Kombat.
I think it was more so with 2 when they started adding multiple fatalities.
That's right. It was 2.
All that.
You taught him.
Of course.
Can I see? But the thing is, there was an incentive.
Probably.
It was the funniest thing because we sitting in the living room when we was at your old house. It was downstairs. He coming through hopping, happy that he did some other move. You hopping behind him. Talk about, I can't remember what game he promised you if you taught him how to play.
That sounds about right.
It was, I think it was a sports game.
Probably Madden then.
Okay. Yeah, because you was like, I'm getting mad.
Yeah, probably was definitely Madden. I used to love Madden for back in those days.
Oh man, that's crazy. Oh,
that's complicated.
This guy was teaching his cousin how to play. He won't admit it now. I bet you we tell that story to Tyrone now. He'll be like, nah, I was on rip with that. I knew what to do straight up.
100%. My cousin's not lying about our cousin. He's gonna lie and say he was nice. Right out the gate.
Calling you out, Tyrone. We're calling you out. But so what do you feel was the biggest struggle for you as a gamer during that time? Like, did you deal with any scrutiny for being a gamer?
What, from other people?
Yeah.
Nah, most people wanted to come to my house.
Oh, see? Oh, so you was that guy that had the stuff that people wanted to play.
You gotta think, cause like, and obviously you know this, but I had my own floor pretty much as a kid.
Yeah.
So I had pretty much my own bedroom, my living room and everything. I had the Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, a toy chest full of toys. So yeah, a lot of people definitely wanted to come to my house, but I just kept it to the neighbors mainly who lived in the building.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, that's how you keep it safer.
Yep.
How do you feel about gaming now versus back then? Do you feel that the industry has gotten better? And I'm not even talking about graphic-wise. I'm talking about as a whole. Like, what is your ideal opinion of it?
It actually, you know, it's funny. Me and my homeboy A had this conversation the other day, and yeah, graphically it's better. I know you didn't ask about that, but the fun factor is not really there no more. That's why most of the time we thrilled to play an old Nintendo game or whatever the case may be. Like, the fact that I'm 41 years old and Mario 3 is still one of my favorite games ever,
yeah,
that says a lot. That means they're not doing their job and fun. Like, again, the graphics is amazing, but the fun factor is just not even there no more.
So have you tried out any of the new stuff for the Switch?
I haven't
the new
played
Mario
no
stuff.
Switch. Nah.
You might have rekindled your feelings for it if you tried those out.
But as far as the industry itself, man, I hate how they just microtransaction you to death, and it's just sad, man. It's like there's so many ways they could do it to make it better, but like if you're gonna allow somebody to pay to get a better skill set than somebody who's actually putting in the work, they gotta even the odds with that somehow. I don't know how, but they should, but they're not.
So you missed the pay to earn play style versus play to win.
Yeah, I prefer to play to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I meant, like not the pay to win, but you missed the pay to earn, like play to earn.
Correct.
Yeah. That's what, I mean, you used to unlock all sorts of characters from Mortal Kombat easy just by playing the game. But now they got it on the paywall with DLC and stuff like that. I feel you.
It's annoying.
It is annoying.
And then another thing I don't like too is some of these games, it's like they put out a half-ass game just so they could charge you a DLC for a new map.
So after all those years of gaming, are you still gaming?
Yeah, I still game.
Like, what's the current system that you got now?
PS5. I've been Sony since PS1. Never looked nowhere else after that.
I got you. That's not true.
What?
You was into that Dreamcast.
Well, but I ain't have it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's also true. Well, I mean, I brought over my Saturn. Yeah,
you had a Dreamcast too, though.
I had everything.
You had that Die Hard arcade. I love that.
Yeah,
that's my shit.
That might be there. That might, man, if it's there.
Do you have a Dreamcast now, or have it? Or
I do have it now.
I got a Saturn, I think.
Yeah, you got the Saturn.
Gotcha.
And the PS2.
Oh, I have all my PS.
Yeah, I got my
PS3. I don't have my original no more. I gave in my 60 gig, the fat one, because it kept going up, kept messing up all the time.
Oh, you got that yellow light bullshit?
Like 30 different times, bro. It just kept clonking out. So they was like, we could upgrade you to 120 gigs. I thought about how many times I actually put on PS1 to PS2 games, and it was 0 to none. So,
and that was the problem though. Once you get rid of that fat, it's gonna be done with the backwards compatibility.
Correct. But luckily, I still have my PS1 and 2. If
Well,
I really want to play it.
Good news is the PS3 now, since the one I have, they made it fully backwards compatible with the PS1.
Oh. But with the disc or like a
disc.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can still pop in PS1 games into the mini the small PS3 I got. They did a little program update to do that, but they didn't do it for PS2 though, which it sucks. It is weird, but that's how Sony is. Sony's been weird for a minute, but because good talking, man. It's a good segment. We're gonna do some more stuff when we get there. But you got any final words for future gamers out there? Any words of advice?
Don't be a slave to the system. The more you buy these DLC because they make your character look cool, you losing money, they're gaining money, and you're making them lazy. That's the reason why Grand Theft Auto 3 been out since 2013, and they told my next one was gonna drop in 2025.
He meant Grand Theft Auto 5.
What number did I say? I don't
3.
remember saying. I said a number.
Yeah, you said 3.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's like he meant Grand Theft Auto, but he right though.
Definitely meant 5.
That thing came out 2013.
It was on 3 different systems.
Yo, that's wild. I was 20 when that came out. That was like 28, 29.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And how you go 10 years on one game just because of the online portion? That's what we call pay to win, because that game is all horrible microtransactions.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think they scared to release it. Because, the house of budget's left.
Well, they already talked about when it's going to release. So they think about 2024, 2025.
Yep.
For that. But I'm like, if it does, Chevy Chase Street, what the hell? Ain't even street out there? Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Born with the Controller. This is Light Thoughts. You got any light thoughts to share?
Nah, not right now.
Where can people see your light thoughts?
At Scorpio Light on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Even though I don't use TikTok. What's the other one? Snapchat. I only use Instagram and Twitter though, and Facebook.
There you go. Be sure to check out his light thoughts. It's very intuitive, very educational. Good lessons there. Other than that, we'll see y'all soon. We're going to take some recordings of Long Island Retro Video Game Convention if we get through this traffic. But other than that, as always,
Can't be stopped, no go hard. Won't forget how I got this far. Every time